Gujarat-based Setco Automotive Ltd, which is claimed to be India's one of the largest clutch manufacturers for MSCB and LCV. We have here with us Mr. Udit Seth, who is Executive Director and second generation entrepreneur of the company, to share with the company's future perspective. How do you see your company growing now?
So Nabil, thanks for having me on your show. We see a very bright future. Last 2 years have been very bad, but this 2014-15 has been a turnaround year. The industry seems to be picking up, and our focus has always been medium and heavy commercial vehicles for our clutches. We have the European and American technologies available with us. We do our own R&D. And today we supply to major number of OEMs in India, and also a major amount of the share of business is with us. In the next 4 or 5 years, we see the cycle to be an upswing now. And I think so far OE has shown some promise, but once the mining norms and all change, mining starts again, I think we'll see a further push. Plus we see India becoming a nice manufacturing hub for this industry sector. So all the trucks from here are also being exported. So for example, Bharat-Benz is exporting as Fuso into the other regions. So that is a big advantage. So with India becoming a hub, I think the future is very good for us.
Do you think the MSCB segment has bottomed out now? Because in the last 3 months we have seen a green shoot in it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's bottomed out. The worst is behind us. Like I said, once infrastructure and mining take off, and I think this budget hopefully will give us some good hints on how the sector will look. Even now we know the mines they've started auctioning them again after the whole shutdown. So I think the industry in India will pick up. Our company, apart from the domestic growth, is also looking at exports as a big opportunity, because we have 2 subsidiaries in UK and USA, and we cater to aftermarket requirements in 64 countries worldwide. So with that kind of market base, we're just trying to increase our product and product range. We've also launched LCV and farm tractor clutches this year. So I think that will see a good growth in the next 2 to 3 years as well.
What kind of capex you have for the next 4 or 5 years? Because we see that MSCB segment is now going to grow, and we have almost bottomed out, as you rightly pointed. So what kind of capex you have? How do you want to expand? Do you look at any other inorganic expansion also?
So I'll answer your question in 2 parts. As a company, we normally invest in the next year's capital expenditure about 30 to 40 crores annually. That's immediately for capacity expansion. Plus we put in further monies into our R&D, into our development programs. So that's another 30 crores approximately. So 70 crores is a given. Last year we invested about 150 crores in our foundry project. So we've done a backward integration to manufacture high quality grey iron castings. We have a kind of collaboration with a Spanish foundry organization, which is a leader worldwide. So that will give us more sustained, I would say, production, better quality products which can then go into the export market. So we are very excited about that. From a perspective of acquisition, no, we don't have anything in the pipeline right now. But if a good technology oriented opportunity comes, we will surely look at it.
Do you plan to diversify as well, or you want to be a core auto clutch manufacturer only?
Currently we are focused on clutch. We see a six time growth opportunity in our current space of business. So I don't think we want to divest our focus too much, but if, like I said, if a technology oriented opportunity comes, then we will look at it.
6 time growth in terms of revenue?
Volumes.
In terms of volume. What was your revenue in FY 13-14, and how do you see it to be this year and next 5 years?
So we were approximately 400 crores last year, and we are seeing about 40 to 50% growth this year. A lot of our growth has come from the aftermarket business. And apart from the OE, which you mentioned, it's a green shoot which you are seeing coming out. But I think 15-16 and 16-17 will be really good for OEM growth and exports. So we are looking to be a 1,000 crore company by 2017, and that's our target. I think it's a very achievable number.
Yeah. What kind of EBITDA margin you have maintained, and what has been the core driver for your profitability?
So that's
in terms of innovation and all.
So that's a good question. In the best year, we had a good EBITDA margin of 17%. Last 2 years, it got eroded because the market dropped. Plus, we invested in more manpower. We invested in those areas. So it came down to about 12.5%. But over the next 3 years, we see it going back up to about 18%.
How are you going to enhance your profitability?
So we are always doing many things. We are doing frugal engineering. We are trying to decrease our power costs. We are trying to make our manpower more rationalized, better productive machines. So it's a constant effort that goes on within the plant. There's no one area which contributes to cost, but I think the biggest contributor in any engineering industry, manufacturing, is if your volumes pick up, your fixed costs are taken care of. So that's where you see the big turn. The minute the volumes drop, you have a problem, and that's what we saw in the last 2 years.
So any specific innovation in term at the shop floor, or any that has enhanced your efficiency that you would like to share with us?
It's a good question, but a company like us, we're always doing many things. We are focusing on quality, productivity. We are focusing on making a cleaner shop floor, cheaper products, better equipment. It's an ongoing battle. I mean, you're in manufacturing, on the shop floor, every day we are doing stuff.
How are you looking at the low cost automation? What is the level of automation that you have at right now?
Currently, there are two types of clutches. One clutch is a two-piece clutch, while the other one has about 25 components. The two-piece clutch we are automating completely, and it's a fully automated world-class line. While the smaller component-based clutches, which is the coil spring clutches which we make, we can't do too much automation because it requires manpower. But we do create a lot of automation in material handling. So that makes it easier for us to make our product more quality and better in its finish.
So you just said that you want to expand your volume to 6 times. What would be the expansion like? Where are you putting up more?
We are looking at our entire growth, 6-time growth opportunities for the next 5 to 7 years. It cannot happen overnight. But what we are doing is we are currently seeding various markets. Africa and Middle East is one major region, the Americas and Europe. So these are the 3 markets which we are focused on. We have the product. All we have to do is now push it.
Thank you, Udit, for talking to us.
Thanks.
Pleasure.